Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. I don't know if you all remember, about 40 videos back or so, I mentioned that I had damaged the back plate cover of my LG V20 that goes over the top of the battery, the fingerprint reader, and the cameras there. And I think that it was this case that was on the device at the time when it was in my pocket. Now, I work in an area, in a meat room, where there's a lot of heavy equipment, and I put away a lot of heavy loads. So I'm constantly banging into machinery or picking up heavy boxes that bang into my thigh area. And when you have devices that are this big in your pocket, they're going to get hit. So I'm thinking I might have had a pin in my pocket, and for example, something like this, and it must have been pressing up against, and I typically do not carry anything in pocket with my devices, but that day I must have, because it must have pressed just right in that area into the back of my LG V20, and you can see a little bit of that rippling right in there. Now, after I damaged that, I did bring in this Zizo case, which is a phenomenal, awesome case. I'll leave a link for this down below in the description. Just a lot of protection going on here with this two-piece case. That hard back see-through plastic cover there, a rubber TPU there, aluminum metal frame, works awesome. Totally digging this case from Zizo. Again, check out that link. And these work really great too, but when you work in a heavy area like I do, I would suggest not putting anything else in your pockets, like keys, pins, anything that might be able to press up against a case that isn't as strong as something like this, okay? And there's a lot of durable cases out there, and I've talked about some of those here on my Project 13. I've reviewed a lot of cases, so you can check out those videos as well. Anyway, but yeah, these aren't bad. I just would say do not put anything in your pockets, and if you're working in a heavy area where you're doing a lot of physical work, you just may want to stay away from these type of cases. So the thing is, I dented it up, and later on, like I said, I brought in the Zizo case, and then I brought in the skin to cover up that area, and you can see right there too that damage. Now, to some of you might think, well, that's not that bad. It was worse than this. I actually worked some of it out. So yeah, this skin really really works well from a company called Skin Wraps. So I will leave a link for that too as well. I got it from Amazon, and totally digging the skin. They got many color choices and textures as well. So again, look for that link down below. But it still bothered me because I don't know, it's just little things like that that just I can't forget about. So I started looking around on Amazon and eBay for backplate covers for the LG V20, and finally I came across this company called ePartSolution, and they have a lot of different replacement parts for a lot of different devices. So check them out, ePartSolution, online or on Amazon. You can probably find them on eBay too. But I found this back plate cover right here. Now, I sent a couple emails to this company first of all, and they responded really quick. And part of this video is about customer service, okay? It's, for me, when I have questions, I ask a lot of questions. I'm very thorough, and sometimes I can be very annoying, and I'm sure that's the way they may think about me. But if I'm purchasing something and I'm spending my money that I worked so hard for, I want to know every little detail. So I'm going to ask all these questions. Basically, ePartSolution answered all my questions in a timely fashion, and I appreciate their honesty. They made sure that their backplate cover was going to fit my LG V20, the T-Mobile variant. So I just felt comfortable in their customer service and how they responded and how they were taking care of me in that part. As far as when it comes to deciding on whether I'm going to bring in anything from anybody. ePartSolution did their part when it came to serving me as a customer just with information and answering the questions that I had. So $24.99 later, I get this. And I'll tell you, And like I said, most of you might be thinking, well, that's not too bad on this one right here. You fixed it a little bit. You got a skin. It looks great. But I just feel so much better about having the original part. And it's not the original, but look at that. It goes on there really nice. And I can take this off. It says V20 down there. Look at that. First time taking it off. Okay. So, and there we go. Okay. So everything is perfect. Look at that B&O V20. Now, this wasn't the original. I understand that, but this looks great. So if I was to take the skin off of this backplate cover from T-Mobile, the original, you would see a little bit of that rippling in there. So I'm going to leave the skin on here. There's no reason to take that off. I'll sport it. But, you know, if I ever want the original or close to the original without any damage, I now have this from ePartSolution. Again, for me, it was more about the customer service than it was about the part. Because they already said if it didn't fit, even though they guaranteed it with T-Mobile, with the T-Mobile variant, the LG V20, they would give me my money back. And it's just really nice to come across companies out there that have integrity and honesty, and they're willing to work with the customer. And I recommend ePartSolution, and I'll be leaving the link down below for the Zizo case, for the skin, and for the ePartSolution. And you can check them out. And I don't know how many devices they cover when it comes to replacement parts, but at least give them a go, give them a try, send them an email, ask them questions, and see how they respond to you. I'm just giving you my experience, and I'm hoping they treat you as well as they've treated me, and everything works out here. So I have the best of both worlds. I'll take this back off, put it back in here, put it away, and maybe later sport it. But yeah, this is nice. I'll just use this, and you know, I don't see myself ever letting go of the LG V20, but if I did, at least now I can sell it with a 100% intact back plate cover over the top of the battery, the sensor, and the camera's there. It looks really good, and again, that fit is really, really nice. Perfect. Nice and snug. All right, everybody, that's all I wanted to talk about. Till my next video, God bless. Peace. Thanks for being a part of my Project 13. As always, you are my Project 13. Anything you want to talk about, leave it down below, even if it doesn't pertain to this video. Please subscribe, share, donate. If you like this content, leave a thumbs up. If you don't, let me know why. Yeah, but till the next one, I'm out. Peace. God bless.